Hello, this is the Post Falls Parks and Recreation Youth Volleyball Parent Info Meeting. The purpose is to answer as many questions as possible about how our league operates and give you details that you can refer to, as this will stay up on our website for the whole entire league. So let's get started. Hello, my name is Tracy Mullenix. I'm a recreation supervisor in the Post Falls Parks and Recreation Department and wanted to make sure to welcome you. Thank you for taking time to watch this video. Introduce myself, and you can see my contact information is attached to this screen. My other responsibilities, in addition to youth volleyball, include adult volleyball leagues, Camp Chameleon, craft fairs, bridal fair, movie nights in the park, and safe sitter classes. So if you have any questions about volleyball or any other programs in the department, I hope you will reach out to me. How do you get information as to what's going on this season? I email a lot, so watch for my emails. Then the schedules, parent letter, picture day info, character qualities, and code of conduct will be posted on the website. That site address is noted here on the screen. I also hope that you'll take time to really read through the parent letter for details and pointers on having a successful season. Coaches help set the practice days and times because they're volunteers. So the practice schedule is not available until after the coach orientation meeting. Date noted here. Coaches usually set up a text chain and communicate details and updates in that way. So if you've reached out to the coach, checked the website, and still can't find an answer, please call our office for details. Some of you may not be familiar with this. This team request policy is published in our activity guide, and it applies to all of our youth sports. We're unable to honor requests for specific coaches to be on teams with friends, carpool requests, etc. So if you find yourself having gotten on a team with your child's friend, it's probably just coincidence. Sometimes we try and honor these, but it is never guaranteed. And so we want you to know that we take a lot of things into consideration when we develop the team rosters. We're looking at height and weight and grade and experience level and trying to kind of mix that all up so that the teams hopefully end up with a variety of abilities and a variety of kids, just different kids at different levels. So that's what Parks and recreation sports are about. So we are unable, for the most part, to honor these requests. Some of you may have put notes when you registered. I just, if you have questions about this, I encourage you to call and speak to me directly. Thanks. Thank you. We don't take for granted that you have choices of programs that you could take part in. So we appreciate that you signed up with Post Falls Parks and Recreation. We also appreciate that you take part in supporting not only your kids, but many kids in the community and provide solid role models. Hey parents, your purpose and responsibility for your young athlete is to help us create a positive learning environment where they can develop sportsmanship, more fundamental skills, learn teamwork, and their own sense of responsibility. So help us out in this way. Help them with skill development. Practice with them if you can. Encourage them to be a team player, to have a sense of sportsmanship. And I want to say that we emphasize all the time that our program is about fun and fundamentals. That's the core. So whatever you can do to promote that so that your child wants to come back and repeat that sport is a win-win. Please be on time for all practices and games. It's a courtesy to the coaches and referees in all of our facilities. If you see anything unsafe, let us know so that the coach or gym supervisor can handle that, mitigate that. Please abide with great attitude by the officials, coaches, or staff decisions. We're happy to discuss those with you at the appropriate time. Respect the facility rules, the gym supervisors and youth officials. At the facilities, we don't even set all the policies because we're using the schools. So we are an extension and we ask that you follow their rules. Thanks. We want to let you know that we take your child's safety seriously. The coaches have to fill out an application and do a yearly background check. This applies to head coaches, assistant coaches, and any adult that might be helping on a consistent basis. All this must be done completed prior to the first practice so that your teams are good to go. We have an established code of conduct for both coaches and parents, and that is to help keep us all on the right track, know what's expected, so again we can provide the best example for our kids so that they can enjoy what they're doing. The key points to this code of conduct are that the game is for the kids, it's not for the adults. The focus is on fun and fundamentals. We need to have good sportsmanship from adults and kids alike at every game and every practice. The emotional welfare of the team is more important than the adults' urge to have a winning record. Let them play. Let them just have fun and learn some things. Again, we want it to be safe. We ask that parents support the coaches and officials. We provide a drug and alcohol-free environment. This includes smoking and vaping. And then we want to prompt all the children to treat everyone with respect, and that they do that by example. If the parents are kind and courteous to everyone around, then the children will also be. So this code of conduct, there's a coach's code of conduct that they sign, and then there's a parent code of conduct that the coach will ask you to sign before game day. Parents, please pledge to lead by example, display fair play and positive sportsmanship. This is really important, and as you've seen in the news and things like that, there are incidences where parents are really taking it way over the top. And so please remember the golden rule and treat others as you would like to be treated. That's the bottom line. And we, again, want your kids to feel safe and enjoy themselves, and it begins and ends with sportsmanship. As we stated earlier, the coaches are volunteers, and so they're usually parents just like you. In some cases, we have some high school coaches. So communication is key to modeling sportsmanship. Respectfully ask coaches for clarification if you don't understand the rules or question a call or why or how they're doing things. Please communicate at the appropriate time with your coach first. Might be the next regular practice. Maybe it's just not the time to do it at the game or at the practice that you're currently at. So you'll have the coach's phone numbers. Take the right time when everybody's calm or when you've kind of researched it yourself and thought about it, to communicate with your coach as to the process. And then if the coaches can't figure it out, or if the need arises, we encourage coaches to then contact us as recreation supervisors and coordinators so that we can discuss it further and give clarification as needed. We want to hear you out, and we just want to do it in the right fashion, and oftentimes it just starts with an open line with your coach. We appreciate your efforts here. A big thank you goes to the sponsors of our youth leagues. In return, we place their business logo on the team shirts. Players are required to wear their team shirt on game day. That shirt order has already been placed. Coaches will be contacted to pick up the shirts from our office as soon as we receive them. Players will get them at practice right before the first game day or at the gym on game day if necessary. If you join the league late, your player will receive a team shirt, but it will be in whatever size was pre-ordered and available. Okay, again, when it comes to safety, we will have a first aid kit at the gym for practices and games, but it's real basic. And so if your player needs anything specific, please put together your own little kit and send it with your coach or bring it as a parent. Please show concern for any injured player. Notify us if you see something that the coaches or the referees didn't. And we ask that all parents cooperate with the medical authorities if we have to call them. Coaches will have the final call as to whether they think a player is injured and should not enter the practice or the game until that's communicated to you as a parent and or further action is taken. So please support that, because we want to protect your kids. Recreation volleyball isn't something that we want them hurt into the point where they no longer can play for a lifetime. So wanted to let you know that we do concussion training at the coaches meeting. We go into it more in depth, but the bottom line here is that if your coach suspects that your athlete has a concussion, they will be removed from play for the remainder of the game and advised to seek medical attention. And then before they come back, you'll need to bring a medical release, just confirming that you had them checked out and that all's good for them to return to play. So please, parents and guardians, just trust us that we want to make the judgment that's safest for your child. Concussions are not funny business. And surprisingly, one of the officials in the last season, a high school girl, when I interviewed her, told me she had 3 concussions playing volleyball. So those balls are flying, and it's something to take seriously. So please take a minute to review these videos about concussions if you'd like to know more. What's the next step? Coaches will reach out to you after their orientation meeting and when they've received the confirmed practice schedule. Note the date of the coaches meeting and the week that practices will begin on this screen. Since coaches are volunteers, they help set up the times and locations of the practice. Practices are held at Celtice or Ponderosa Elementary only. Remember that your players are required to wear knee pads at games and practices. We also give coaches hard copies of the schedule, picture packets, and so on to hand out to parents. If you haven't heard from the coach a whole week after the coaches meeting, give our office a call and we'll connect you with additional information. Games and facility information. Games are played only on Saturdays. They will be scheduled for the whole league between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. Could be even earlier because it's a small league this fall. You will need to check the schedule for possible double headers or a bye week where you don't have a game. If there are uneven numbers of teams in an age division, sometimes that means that your team will play a double header one week and then have the next week off, for example. So take a close look at those schedules when you get them. All games are held at Celtice Elementary. Practices are held at either Celtice or Ponderosa, according to the coaches' and preferences and the age groups. Then just a reminder, per school district policy, no food or drink is allowed in the gym, aside from player water bottles. That applies to both practices and game day. Just wanted to say thank you one more time for your participation. If you enjoy this program or want to get involved in this one or any others, just want to let you know that Parks and Recreation has part-time paid positions year-round. We're always looking for volunteers at our special events. We're always looking for people with program proposals. So if there's something that you have a passion for and you would like to get involved, please don't hesitate to call our department. Thank you so much.